Louisiana versus all y'all. Jarrett Rosa here with Jermaine Mitchell, a fantastic offensive lineman out there at Colin, JUCO in Mississippi, a guy that we watched grow up through the prep ranks at St. James, and now he has recently a couple of SEC offers for when he makes the jump to D1, and LSU, the home state Tigers, are one of those. And so wanted to check in with Jarmaine, a guy who earned some all-conference honors this fall as a freshman for Colin, and just kind of talk about how things have been going for him. And then obviously some exciting news now with the SEC offer starting to come his way. Jarmaine, what's going on, man? I haven't seen you since you were at St. James and going on some of the recruiting visits out to Lafayette and stuff like that. But how have the last several months been treating you, other than obviously the all-conference honors?
The last 7 months been treating me very well. Like I ain't realized how gifted I am until I got to the next level, of maturity. But everything been going by smooth. Everything been coming in like God just been sending me blessings after blessings. So everything's.
You talk about the talent, and I told you before, back when Coach Robert Valdez was still at St. James, he kind of pointed you out, I think, as a freshman, and we were kind of talking about you and some of the long-term potential you had. But obviously you had a lot of growing up to do, and just, going from being a young freshman and now being a young man. What has that process been like for you? You talk about just sort of some realizations for you to grow up and kind of realize what you're capable of. Talk me through some more of that, just kind of when things started to click, big moments for you, whether it be, later in your career at St. James or now obviously over these few months getting a chance to go out to the JUCO.
Maturity have a big role in this. Like when I was in high school, my freshman, sophomore year, my mind was in the gutter. So I was like, I didn't really know what I was capable of doing for my family, but I knew it. But I just my mind just was all over the place, and my maturity level was just low. So I was just going with the flow my freshman and sophomore year. I was just messing up in school. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I was just messing up in school. I got ineligible after my sophomore year. My junior year, I couldn't play football. Then I just I just sat in my room. I just started thinking, if I can't play football, what can I do for my family? And what can I do for myself as a man? Because I know God didn't just make me as this frame for no reason. So I just sat down, I just got sat down in my room. I got closer with God and stuff, started praying more. And I got my eligibility back my senior year. I was like, I got to make this a big run for me and my family. Because I know back, when I was going, the path I was going, people say I wouldn't make it. There's no way I would be able to just do anything with football. And I just had to prove that I was wrong. That's all that is. And I got my senior year, I balled out, made it to the state championship game, lost by a point or two, got a couple of JUCO offers to get enrolled, to get to the next level. And I committed to Colin, and everything else was just history after that.
Yeah, there was for folks that weren't paying attention back then, there was a nice rush of some really notable junior colleges that came in and wanted to be the place that had a chance to have you come join their program and be your next home to continue your development in your career. And I want to jump into some of the stuff of, your time at Colin so far in a second, but during that junior year, and sort of, it sounds like that was kind of the wake up call, the light bulb for you initially at St. James. Who were some of the people that were most there for you to kind of help be supportive through some of that? And what were some of those conversations like in terms of whether it be some of your family members, some of your coaches, some of your teammates, just them making sure that at that kind of fork in the road that you got back to where you are now?
Well, my Coach Davis, Coach Levante Davis at St. James High School, he's the head coach there now. Him and my mother, they stuck with me through the hard times of the whole junior. I had, at one point, it got to the point where, I just said, no more football. It hurt it so bad to see my teammates on the field, and I'm not out there and I can't help them. And all I knew, I grew up playing football, basketball, baseball. I just always been around sports. And when I couldn't play no sports, it really hit me. Like I was like, what can I do? And then that's when I got big. Like I was gaining like lots of weight. Then my uncle, he had stepped in the picture. He was also helping me with this stuff and all that, keeping my mind on the right path. Because Davis plays a big part in that. He never brushed me off. Like when the bad stuff happened, even when the good stuff, he always was there before the good stuff. Because I
Mhm.
feel like he always knew I had something in me. So he just stuck with me through the whole time, and he just been like a big father figure in my life, and just kept pushing me. Like every time you see me in the hallway, this ain't over, big baby. You still going, big baby. Be ready for the upcoming season. Get to working, cause he seen like how big I was getting and stuff. Like he knew I was losing
Mhm.
myself. He told me to come with the team to practice and stuff like that. But it was like I was thinking like, what I need to go there for if I can't play no type of football, and I'm just sitting here watching it, and it hurt. Like it really hurt to watch them play, and I can't play. So I just wasn't. I started going to games, started going to practice. I just was going home and just doing me, and he just stayed there with me. He ain't never brushed me off. Like I said earlier, he never brushed me off. He just stayed there, and that's why I say like he plays a big role in this.
When you think about those moments and those emotions that you were dealing with and those folks that were there with you through everything, and then the ability to get back on the field as a senior and play a role with your guys, and the ability to go out to Colin and have the type of season you had this fall, and now a Mississippi State offer and an LSU offer, how special has that made this, these opportunities that are now lining up for you to realize, some of the hurdles that you had to get through to get to this point, and now to see some of it starting to fall into place the way it has? How special does that make it? And particularly when you have a chance to talk to mom, or talk to Coach Davis, or your uncle, or anybody that was a really big, rock for you during some of that. How special does that make it for y'all to kind of share in these moments together?
It's real special because, like I said earlier, people were saying, "Oh, Big Baby not gonna be nothing. He's not gonna make it nowhere." And I had to show him that I could beat the odds. Like there is a way. There's no way that I can't do this. And it's like, and I really do it for my mother because like she really been there through everything like from day one, and I feel like I owe this all to her. So it's real special to me just for her just to make it out.
From a football standpoint, what went so well for you? I mean, you obviously had you make the jump from beautiful downtown Vacherie out to, a new team, a new state, all these things, and are adjusting to life out there at the JUCO. What went well for you this fall to have the type of season you had for your team out there at Colin to be getting postseason recognition like that?
Coach Fleming, the offensive line coach here, he really played a big part in this. Like I came in kind of raw, but I knew like stuff, but like I didn't really understand the game of football until I actually really got here and sat down to film with Coach Fleming, like him breaking down the steps and stuff. Like he just I really don't know. Coach Fleming, he plays a big part. That's why I feel like he developed me as a better man than what I was coming out of high school, like 10 times better. So I just feel like if it wasn't for Coach Fleming, I really don't understand. I really don't know where I'd be right now.
Well, where you are right now with the help of Coach Fleming and everybody that we've talked about, is a guy that is now getting SEC offers for when your time is wrapped up at Colin. If you keep taking care of your business the way you have so far, you're going to have opportunities to go play in that league that you and everybody else in our area grew up watching. When you got the calls from Mississippi State and particularly home state LSU that you'd had a chance to watch so closely for years, what did it mean to hear from those programs that, hey, we're still watching you, and we really see that path now that we would love for when the time is right for you to come be a part of our programs next?
Well, and when I got the first call from Mississippi State. Told me that he liked my freshman season from here. He was like, it's very impressive. And when he told me that I had the offer, I couldn't do nothing but just sit there and thank him because like that's really big from where I just like from the standpoint where I just come from to right now. that's really big. I just broke down. I was like, no way, like Jesus really, like he really on my side through this like thick and thins. Like I was like, it's crazy. It's just like a shock moment. Cause I ain't gonna say I ain't never. I knew I was good. I ain't gonna say I know, like not to be big headed, but I
Mhm.
just had the feeling like I know I could do this, but I ain't know it was gonna come this early. I never knew it.
And then LSU, I mean, had to be a special one. I know that they were watching you closely, finishing your time at St. James, but you obviously had to go. We talk about the academic side and just going the JUCO route. They they're such a big program for everybody that grows up in Louisiana to watch. For them to be still in the mix now, and Coach Brad Davis, who you know from when from when you were back in high school and everything. What is that relationship like, and what did that one mean to hear from those guys as well?
Well, my relationship with Coach Brad Davis, like it started my freshman year, my first ever camp at LSU. I was there. I was in a regular group. I feel like I was like the youngest out of everybody though. So I'm like, they say Germaine, go to Tiger Group. I'm like, what is that? I'm looking around. I'm lost. Like this is my first time here. I really don't know nothing about it. So he like Coach Davis down there. So I just took off running down there. You know, yo, what's up, big baby? We started chopping it up before the skills. Like we started doing the drills and stuff. And he just like some click. Like everything I was doing, he was like on me. Like Germaine this, Germaine that, probably Germaine this. He's just been on me. And after the camp, he was like, you something special. And I'm gonna stick with you through this like the whole recruitment. I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna send you home. I was like, all right, yeah, I got something with him. Like I know like he sees something in me. And ever since I went to like the camps like throughout the following years, he just been like a father figure to me because he always treated me like I was one of his players there. So I was like, he building this up with me for everybody. Like that's he like the first legitimate coach that like at the D1 level that actually was talking to me. So I was like, yeah. And throughout the years, they just kept getting stronger and stronger, and that's how I built mine with him. And
What was
everything.
that? You had a chance to talk to him the other day, right? Was he was the one that? What was that conversation like when he said, "You know what? We see the steps you're taking that you need to take, and all those things we talked about back when you were a young guy coming up through St. James, we're getting close to that opportunity." What was that conversation like between you guys this week?
He was like, I told you I was gonna come back and get you. I was like, I said, I believed in you, coach. I knew you was coming to get me. And then he was telling me, he just started telling me like how much I matured as a player on and off the field, because he know how I was in school. So he see that I matured. Like my grades have way different from back then. So he sees that I've been building up. So he just kept complimenting me. I told you I would come get you to bring you home. I'm gonna bring you even more closer when you get here, this, that, and the third. So and then when he told me that I officially had the offer, I was like, yeah, yes, sir. Like it just put a big old smile on my face because it's like me and him, we've been together for a minute, so it's like that's crazy. That's all I can say. That's crazy. I really don't know what to say about this situation. It just hit different. I ain't gonna lie.
So what's next for you? You've got the 25 season still at Colin, and you've seen the progress you've made as a young man, as a young football player. You talk about the development under Coach Fleming out there in your first season. What do you look at this offseason that you kind of prioritize and say, I really need to, take a next step here or do this, or this is what you want to see from yourself in 2025 and beyond? What does that look like in terms of big goals for you this new year?
I really want at first to start out. I really want to be like more of a leader to everyone that's really looking up to me. Like not just in football, outside of football. I just want to be like a leader, like someone that like people could look up to me. But I just want to get stronger and just be mobile and stuff like that, so I could be ready. So when I get to the next level, it would fall in line. That's what I'm really focused on, like the small stuff. Like I really, it's really like I really don't know what to say, but I feel like I need to mature a lot more for sure and be more of a leader and work on my explosiveness and my footwork a little bit more, stuff like that.
Yeah, continuing to take care of the details. I mean, top to bottom, I guess, or bottom to top. Start with those feet and make sure you got a good base and everything. What do you hope that fans of these programs that are seeing, you know, a Mississippi State fan out there in Mississippi or LSU fans, you know, back home, back out here, when they see, oh, who's this guy at Colin that just picked up the offer from my program? If it's folks that don't know you already, what do you hope that fan bases get a chance to know about you, particularly as somebody that might end up a part of their program in less than a year now, about just kind of who you are, how you got here, you know, what has kind of shaped you to be who you are today? What is kind of your message to them on who Jarmaine Big Baby Mitchell is right now at this point in your life?
I want them to know me as a hardworking, intelligent young man that's gonna get the job done, and that's gonna be a good that's gonna bring good like a good environment around everyone to make everyone laugh and stuff like that. So like no bad vibes and stuff like that. Me personally as a good person, what I'm basically trying to say.
Yeah, nasty on the field, but I'll tell you, he's a big smile and some jokes when it's not business time.
Yes,
For folks that don't know him, man, I appreciate you. It has been great to catch up a little bit. Do you have anything else you want to share before we kind of wrap it up, or you think we covered the bases?
I think we covered most of the stuff. Yeah.
There you go. He's Jarmaine Mitchell, fantastic JUCO offensive tackle out there at Colin, a product of St. James High, beautiful downtown Vacherie. We watched him as a multi-sport guy there coming up with the Wildcats, and now has the Mississippi State and LSU offer in his renewed recruitment, getting ready for after this next sophomore season out there at Colin to see what his D1 move might be. And so make sure to keep an eye on him throughout the rest of this 2025 year out at Colin and building on those all conference honors as a freshman. And then we'll see where that next stop is after that. But again, he's Jarmaine Mitchell, and I am Jarrett Roser for Louisiana Versalio, and thank you all for tuning in.
Thank you.